I kindly request all to switch on the cameras. Those who are finding it difficult, it's okay. You can just reply in the chat section accordingly. Okay, delegates. I am Anay Mulek from Indian Institute of Democratic Leadership, and on behalf of Ramba Margi Prabodhini and Indian Institute of Democratic Leadership, I welcome you all to the Model International Leaders Meet Model G20's orientation session for the first ever Model G20 in the country. So I'll be just giving you a flow of session how we'll be going now for the couple of hours. So the flow of session will be right now introduction of Model G20. First will be introduced to you by one of my colleague. Then another friend of ours will be helping you with the explanation of the committees, what we have, and the themes which are there. You guys are aware that some of you are part of main track, finance track, civil society track, and Sherpa track. Rules and regulations will be followed. The draft resolution and position papers, how it is to be done, how to draft resolution, what is the position paper, everything will be oriented to you. The schedule of 2 days, how the accommodation, the food, the travel, if you have any issues. Many people are, many delegates are traveling from out of Mumbai area, out of Maharashtra. So for them, what will be the easy commute for them till the campus area? Then what are the prizes overall? What are the categories of prizes we have? The contingent prizes, the best delegates, and etc. will be followed up. And then we'll have a question and answer round. So I just have a small request to all your delegates that when the session is going on, just kindly listen to the session and our coordinators very carefully and properly. Don't interrupt in between and don't switch on a camera. So don't switch on your mics. Just listen to them carefully, because every doubt of yours, every confusion, everything will be covered in that. And at the end, we will have a question and answer round where everyone will be unmuted and you can one by one just go on with the question and answers with whatever question you have.
You can type the question chat box in the room.
Meanwhile, if you feel that on the spot any question is to be interested or to be clarified, you can just type in the chat box. I hope I am very well clear. If it is, just show me a thumbs up. Okay, great. So we'll proceed ahead. So one of my fellow colleagues will just share his screen and just help you with the introduction of Model G20, and we'll move forward.
सुजन बोले कि आएगा होगा 2-3 दिन में टेंशन उसको एरिया नहीं आएगा हाँ तो आज
Dear friends, so good afternoon one and all. Firstly, what is the model International Leaders Meet? It is a competitive leadership centered conference for young aspiring leaders, and it is aimed at nurturing the young leaders towards attaining leadership excellence. So it is an open competition for young aspiring leaders, and it is an annual event. It is organized by and it is held at the Indian Institute of Democratic Leadership, Thane, and it is a near simulation of an international conference. And every year there's a specific format. And this year the format is the G20, and thus it is titled as Model G20. And friends, the Model International Leaders Meet, it is a very significant opportunity for the participants, because it enables self-discovery, self-assessment, self-evaluation, and even self-mastery. The event presents for young aspiring leaders from all over India a very significant opportunity to experience and understand what exactly it takes to be a leader at the international conference, at the international level. It enables you to sharpen your leadership values like integrity, devotion to purpose, optimism, solution orientation. For example, you would be representing a country. So as a representative of the country, you will have to think about the aspirations of the people. For that, you need to have a lot of empathy. So in this sense, there is a lot of leadership values that is at play. And then it enables you to self-assess your proficiency in leadership skills like decision making, building the team morale, persuasion, negotiation, diplomacy, research and analysis. Because when you prepare the draft resolution or your position paper, or when you come prepared about what exactly you want to represent of the country, all of these leadership skills are at play. So it also enables you to interact and exchange your ideas with people who are of a similar mindset, who are aspiring to be a good leader. And you can also build networks with such people. Coming together with such persons would be a mutual win-win situation for each one of you. And then it is a platform to simply think, to elevate yourself, your knowledge and progress very effectively. And last but not the least, you would be exposed to an environment of high-level international meetings, how the diplomatic conferences are held. So this would be an approximate simulation and you would have a very good experience about that. So coming to this year's format, the Model G20, we specifically chose the Model G20 because in the backdrop of India assuming the presidency of the G20 this year, it's a very historic event. I would like to quote the words of the Honorable Prime Minister of India. He said that the G20 presidency is not merely a diplomatic meeting for India. It is a new responsibility and a measure of world's trust in India. G20 will not be limited to Delhi or a few places. Every citizen, I'm repeating, every citizen, state government and political party should participate in it. So it would be a very tremendous opportunity for you to participate in such an exalted event and contribute towards honoring the words of the Prime Minister, the appeal of the Prime Minister. So the Model G20 Summit this year, it would be a simulation, an approximate simulation of the G20. And in this regard, you need the people who are representing the countries, the different countries, you need to study their stance with regard to the G20 Summit. You need to research about what exactly are the diplomats saying, what exactly are the leaders saying in this regard, what is their country's position, what solutions are they proposing, what are their main concerns. You need to research about all of these things and come prepared for that. And apart from that, the theme for this Model G20 is global partnerships, challenges and opportunities. So this theme again is centered on the G20 theme under India's presidency, which is One Earth, One Family, One Future. So the overarching theme is thus about how to build, sustain, safeguard, and strengthen global partnerships so as to realize the exalted global goal of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And ultimately, the goal is for universal prosperity and peace. Thank you, one and all. Now my colleague will take over from me for the next topic.
Without any audio. आशीष स्लाइड क्लोज करिएगा जरा, हम लोगों का स्क्रीन लगेगा.
It's okay.
So everyone, are we audible?
Let's check.
If you are audible, you can give us a thumbs up or you can write in the chat box that our voice is audible to all of you. Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone. Now let me explain the 4 tracks which are there in the event. First, let me explain Leader 20 track. The theme of the Leader 20 track is achieving prosperity to world peace. The reason for selection of the theme is the statement made by Honorable Prime Minister of India, where he said that still the world is facing after effects of pandemic and conflicts. The delegates should focus on how all countries must come together and resolve the conflicts. You should also talk about your country's issues related to safety and security and how you're going to resolve the same. The next track is Sherpa track, titled Boosting Productivity while Ensuring Sustainability. The delegate must focus on economic growth along with sustainable development with focus on all the sections of society. Delegates must stress upon their respective countries' plan for Industrial Revolution 4.0 along with maintaining sustainability and ecological balance, and how modern technology can be used for sustainable development. Next, we come upon finance track, and its title is Democratization of the International Financial System. The delegates must focus on economic and financial problems faced by the respective country and solutions for the same, along with low-cost, innovative solutions for democratization of international financial system. Next, we have civil society track, which is social inclusivity for global unity. The main focus for this theme will be inclusive development, including women empowerment and upliftment of all other vulnerable sections of the society. The delegates must clarify their respective countries' stand and efforts taken for achieving inclusive and harmonious society where all sections of society can dwell together. Thank you.
अभी सर आराम से जाएंगे तो ये तो क्या पहली भाग में जी आएंगे.
एक मिनट म्यूट कर लीजिए.
Okay, delegates, now we'll move to the rules and regulation section. A screen will be shared to you, and you will. A screen will be shared to you right now, where you will be seeing the rules and regulation thing. Yes, Shubhangi, we will see the you will be able to see the document post session. But right now, if you have any doubts, you need to just be in the track, so you will understand how it will be. So we will have the rules and regulation page on the screen right now, and a fellow coordinator of us will just explain it to you. If you have any doubts, you can write it in the chat section and have a conversation there, and we'll answer your queries on the point.
Hello delegates, I'm Abhijit Nair. I'm explaining you guys the conference rules. So the Model G20 summit is governed by a specific set of rules that each participating delegate must follow. All the delegates of the Model G20 are mandated to fully follow in the letter and spirit of all the rules stated herein. Action against the violators of the rules shall be at the discretion of the chair or the MILM secretariat. Scope. Chair has the ultimate power of discretion
and any rule can be modified at any time by the chair. General discretionary powers of the host and Model G20 summit include chair decides seating order. Chair has complete authority over the conference on the decision of track. All decisions will be on the discretion of the chair. Language. The language of the conference is English. All delegates are strictly advised to follow this. Code of conduct. The conduct of the delegate must be gentle, sober, and diplomatic, because you are representing your company, and you should ensure that you are diplomatic in your behavior, the way you speak, and the way you attend the conference. Dressing, attire, and appearance. All delegates are expected to wear a Western formal. Use of jeans, jeggings, and other modern dresses are strictly prohibited, and all are expected or strictly requested to come in Western formals. General powers of the chair of the conference. Each of the conference, that is main track, Sherpa track, finance track, and civil track, shall be under the complete authority of the chair of the respective conference, wherein the chair of the conference is the final authority over all matters pertaining to the conference room and its proceedings. The authority of the chair encompasses the delegates and anyone else present or attempting to present within the chamber of the conference. Seating order of the delegates will be a complete discretion on the chair of the chair. Any member of the organizing team shall be free to observe all proceeding of the conference. Each of the sessions in the conference shall be announced, open, and closed by chair, who may propose adopting any procedural motion. The chair shall, among the various things, direct the flow of debate, grant the right to speak, ask questions, announce decisions, rule of points of order, and enforce adherence to these rules. If necessary and provided there are no objections, the chair may suspend the rules to clarify a particular substantive or procedural issue. The chair also has the right to interrupt the flow of debate to show a presentation or bring in a guest speaker or an expert witness. Further, no handouts may be circulated among the delegates without the knowledge and explicit approval of the chair. Addressing of the committee. Addressing of the committee should be done as a third person. Use of I, me, like noun and pronouns are strictly prohibited, and you are supposed to behave as a delegate, like you should address either like delegate of India, delegate of Australia. That is how we are expecting you to address the other delegates. Now it is about the yielding of time. So we have 3 yields of time. Yields of time, generally it means every delegate will be allotted a certain time to speak. For example, if you are given 2 minutes to speak, and if you presented your content in a minute or 30 seconds and 1.5 minutes is remaining, you can either yield your time to the chair or yield to another delegate, or you can yield yourself for questions. Yield to the chair, it means that after 30 seconds, you can ask the chair, Honorable Chair, after presentation, the chair will ask you 1 minute 30 seconds is pending. Would you like to yield your time to someone? So you have to, either you can go for the option, I yield my time to the chair, or I yield the time to another delegate. When you yield the time to another delegate, you must make sure that you had previous conversation with the other delegate, so that there won't be confusion between the 2 delegates of different countries. And you must always remember that there is an option for yield to questions. That means you are ready to take questions. So when you are ready to take questions, this also will be on the discretion of the chair, plus you can even reject the questions at the time of yielding.
use of electronic devices. Electronic devices like laptops, tablets, and mobile phones are allowed during the conference. Any delegate can use any electronic devices to help present the content. Now I'll give on the mic to my friend Nayan Dwivedi. Thank you.
Okay, so before we start the next session, just some people writing the chat box to share the document. Rest assured, this document will be shared with you, I think, by evening or most probably maximum by tomorrow morning. So there's no need to worry. We will share this document with you and you can go and refer to it. Okay. So after the yields, we have the parliamentary points. Smitaji, if you can have the parliamentary points on the screen. Yeah. So there are basically 4 points: points of information, point of order, point of personal privilege, and point of parliamentary inquiry. During the discussion and during the ongoing of the whole 2-day process, these are basically the tools which you can use during the session which are ongoing. Like the point of information is invoked if you want to seek any information from another person. Like the last speaker supposedly had said something and you want to raise some information. So you can use the point of information to the chair, and if he will permit, then you can ask that what specific information you required from the last speaker. The next is the point of order, which is invoked when a delegate questions the use of parliamentary procedure. For example, suppose something, some country has said something wrong, which is factually incorrect, and you have pointed out something like this. So you can raise the point of order to the chair that the data which the last speaker has said, it is not factually correct, and it will score you 1 more plus point, and it will consequently will be rewarded a negative point to the last speaker who has stated a factually incorrect statement. The third is the point of personal privilege. If you want to go use the washroom and any other, you have to excuse for any other reason, you can use the point of personal privilege. And the last one is the point of parliamentary inquiry, which means a delegate may ask for a point of parliamentary inquiry to inquire about the correct use of parliamentary procedure. So what essentially it's trying to say is that supposedly if you have come after using a point of personal privilege or late and you are not familiar what kind of procedure is currently going on in the session, so you may ask the chair for a parliamentary inquiry that what procedure is being followed right now, and the chair will explain to you. After that, the most important thing is the passing of the resolutions, because ultimately only one resolution will be passed, and based on that we will be giving the awards. So there are certain rules which have to be followed while passing the resolutions, but tabling the resolutions. Well, some basic things like they should be well written, and they should be specific to the country which you are representing. And also one more important thing is that on the second day of the session, only 5 resolutions will be taken up for the consideration. And the criteria for that is you have to have minimum 2 signatories and more. And the chair will judge how many signatories you have. On the basis of that, we will finalize the top 5 draft resolutions. And on the next day, we will be having a discussion and debate on those resolutions. Okay, from that 5 resolutions, we will be finalizing to the top 2, and for that top 2 resolutions, we will be having the final vote, and we will be having the winner and the runner-up consequently. Then there are some other small things like suspension of the meeting, that if any committee member or the chair decides to suspend the meeting, then there is a formal procedure to request the chair that for some reasons the meeting should be adjourned. Okay, and then if there is some announcement by the host and the chair, it will be made accordingly. All right, the scores are purely on the discretion of the chair. on what basis they will judging you, like the quality of the content, the proficiency of expressions, effective listening, your attitude, your skills, the way you have dressed, your leadership skills, your negotiation skills, and all that. Okay. And lastly, as I mentioned before, from the 5 draft resolutions, we'll be selecting the one winner. So these are some of the certificates and awards which will be given. The best delegate winner overall has a cash prize of 15,000. And the runner-up is for 10,000. And there are some other awards like the best delegate winner per track, best runner-up per track. Apart from that, we'll having the best social media influencer, the person who is actively promoting and sharing his stories and posts about the Model G20 event. So we are keeping a close track on who is, we are monitoring that the social media activity which is going on. And best campus ambassador, the elite delegate per track, most popular resolution, best draft resolution, contingent runner-up and contingent winner. So this is basically the whole overall, the brief overview. We will sharing the document with you so that you can refer it later. So meanwhile, we will stop and now we will have your questions. Okay, sorry. Before that, someone also mentioned in the chat that the tracks should be explained once more, right? Yeah, so we will explain the tracks once more and then we will take your questions and answers, okay? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, friends, firstly, please be relaxed. We're going to address all your questions and whatever ambiguities you have, we will try our best to resolve all of them. So please be relaxed. We are with you here. So with regard to the Model G20 Summit, there are 4 different tracks or 4 different conferences which will be held parallelly. The 4 committees will be, there are parallel committees. So the first one is leader track, which is L20. The second one is Sherpa track, which is S20. The third one is finance track, which is F20. And the fourth and the last one is the civil track, which is C20. Now what I'll do is I'll be elaborating these tracks one after the other. So the first one, the leader 20 track, L20. The theme of this track is achieving prosperity through world peace. So, today you can see what we need to understand the context that we are in. The Ukraine and Russia conflict, the after effects of the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, the slowing down of the global economy. So the world is in a tremendous crisis today. And it is in this context that India is getting this opportunity to be the presidency of the G20. So in this regard, the Prime Minister recently he said that while unveiling the logo, theme, and website of India's G20 presidency, he said that the current world scenario is a time of crisis and chaos, wherein the world is dealing with the after effects of a disruptive once-in-a-century pandemic, conflicts, and lots of economic uncertainty. So under these circumstances, India symbolizes the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the idea of hope, inclusiveness, and it is about transforming. It is about going towards opportunity from adversity. It is transforming adversity to an advantage. So the lotus, it represents that aspect of India. And in this regard, that's the reason our G20 logo has been chosen as the lotus. And here there is a lot of emphasis on the ancient principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is nothing but the world is one family, and universal brotherhood. So in this regard, there is a need for participants to think about how these values and these ethos would enable the countries to come together to decide how to come about these challenging times, how to surpass these challenging times and evolve from it and go towards a position of an advantageous position, right? Then I'll go to the second track now. The second track is about Sherpa track, S20. And the theme of the Sherpa track is boosting productivity while ensuring sustainability, right? So here it is about, it refers to Industrial Revolution 4.0, or in other words, Industry 4.0. It is Industry 4.0, as you all may already be knowing it. It is a complex cyber physical transformation. It is in manufacturing sector. So it is an ongoing trend as well. It is not something which is a futuristic idea, but it has already begun. And it involves various high technologies like automation, 5G technology, the Internet of Things, augmented reality, the blockchain technology, and various other technologies. So the focus here is on improving the productivity. And while improving the productivity, the emphasis is on sustainability as well, especially with regard to the environment. And of course, apart from this, there is a concern about the loss of jobs as well. So this would have a very tremendous impact on the society. So the fourth industrial revolution is regarded as both an opportunity and a challenge as well. So because it is going to enhance the productivity, enhance the efficiency, there is an expectation that it would result in production of much more goods and services at a much lower cost. So that is the significance of this. This is amidst the growing population to meet the needs of the population. But the challenge is about the loss of jobs and especially on the environment. So it is believed that this will bring significant opportunities for the G20 members to achieve economic growth and sustainable development. So we need to remember this target of the 2030 agenda for sustainable development. So this is all about the Sherpa track. Okay, so let us go to the next one, the finance track, which is F20. The theme of the finance track is democratization of international financial system. So as you all may be knowing, the group of 20 is a primary grouping. It is designated like that. It is a primary grouping that is devoted to addressing the financial, economic, and development challenges in the interest of the world. So today, as we already discussed, the economy is in deep crisis. The global economy is in deep crisis. The supply chain issues, there are the growing inflation throughout the globe. So there are several economic issues as well. And with regard to the financial system also, today, the trade, the international trade, it happens mostly in the US dollars. And because of this, there are various issues that are being faced by different countries. For example, when India wanted to import oil from Iran at a very low cost, because it had to be traded in the US dollars, that wasn't possible because of the US sanctions on Iran. And in this way, because of the inadequacy of democracy in international financial system, there has been a challenge to enable, to smoothen world trade and to remove the bottlenecks. So democratization of the international financial system is significant in this regard. And importantly, we need to remember that the G20, it represents 75% of the world trade. 75% of world trade. And the G20, in these difficult times, the focus is on an effective, efficient, low cost, and innovative solutions pertaining to the democratization of the international financial system. And finally, let us go to the last track, which is the C20, the Civil 20. The theme of this civil track is social inclusivity for global unity. So today, let us first put things into perspective. We know what is happening in countries like Afghanistan, wherein women are not allowed to go to schools, girls are not allowed to go to schools, women are not allowed to work. And there are so many such issues which are discriminatory. So this is happening even in the countries like, today Ukraine went through conflict. Ukraine is going through conflict. And in the Middle East as well, there has been a tremendous refugee crisis. Even in the Indian borders, in the southeast of India, the Rohingya crisis. So there's a lot of displacement. There is a lot of social unrest. There's all these issues throughout the globe. So in these difficult times, it is particularly important that the world leaders focus on such issues that are relevant to the vulnerable sections of the world. So it is crucial to ensure protection of civil rights for all the sections of the society, especially women, who are the most vulnerable amidst this ongoing war and conflict. And it is also important to integrate their aspirations into the developmental and welfare agenda, so that the world can go towards inclusiveness. So the C20, it presents an opportunity for young minds like you to put forth innovative, effective, empathetic, and practical solutions so as to build an inclusive and harmonious society. So the aim of the G20 in this context and under India's presidency is to bring the world together in harmony while respecting and accepting diversity. So this is all about the 4 tracks. Now, let us go for the next topic. Thank you. Okay, dear friends, now let us discuss the schedule. I'll just be explaining the schedule to you. So on the first day, that is the 30th of January, you will be, the first agenda is registration. You will be coming, as you come to the campus, you will have to first register yourself. And that will go on from 8 to about 9:30 a.m. in the morning. And then, yeah. So if you have already come the previous night, that is on the 29th of Jan. If you have already come the previous night, then the registration would be done at that point of time. And then, secondly, on 30th January at about 10 to 11 a.m., we are going to have the inaugural session. And then from 11 a.m. to 11:15 a.m., there is going to be a photo session. Following that, we are going to have a very short tea break from 11:15 to 11:40. Don't worry about anything. This document would be shared with you as well. I'm just explaining it to you, but the document also would be shared with you. Okay, relax. And then from 11:45 to 1:15 p.m., 11:45 a.m. to 1:15 p.m., it is going to be the first session. And this session is about the opening statement. So all the delegates, when you come here with your respective positions, in the opening statement, you will be announcing, you will be stating your position, and you will be giving a brief overarching justification for the same. Why exactly you have taken this position. So you'll just be giving an overarching explanation for it. And then we are going to have a lunch break from 1:15 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. Following that, you're going to have the second session. So the second session is from 4:15 p.m. to, I'm sorry, it is from 2:15 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. So in this session, you will be presenting, each of the country will be giving its own presentation of the overall their position and their complete posture, their stance in detail. And then after this session, we are going to have a small break from 3:45 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. Okay, then the next one, we are going to have a third session of the day. It is going to be from 4:15 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. Here, this is again a continuation of the presentation of the different countries. Okay, then after that, we are going to have a small break for snacks from 5:45 p.m. to 6 p.m. And after this, we are done for the day. The dinner will be at 7 p.m. and we are going to have a DJ night as well, which will begin at 8:30 p.m. So this is the agenda for day 1. And let us now go for day 2. So day 2 will begin with the session. So it is the first session of day 2. It begins at 9 a.m. sharp. I repeat, it begins at 9 a.m. sharp. Punctuality is going to be critical here. And it is from 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. Here, we are going to have a discussion of the shortlisted resolutions. There is going to be a debate. There is going to be a discussion on the resolutions, following which the shortlisted resolutions would be tabled. The 5 shortlisted resolutions would be tabled. And on this, there is going to be a debate and discussion followed by voting. And based on voting, the resolutions would be shortlisted. Whichever resolution gets the maximum number of votes, that would be shortlisted. And following this, after this session, we are going to have a short tea break from 10:15 a.m. Just a moment, friends. Yeah, okay, we are going to have a short tea break. And then the next session, in the next session again, it is going to be a 1 hour session, 1 hour 15-minute session. It is going to be again the shortlisted resolutions would be tabled, which would be followed by discussion and debate. And after that, based on voting again, we would again come narrow down to the popular resolution, the most popular resolution. And it is in the final session that we would be going for voting, based on which the most popular resolution would be selected. And after the session, we are going to have a lunch break, followed by which we are going to have a valedictory session. So this is the schedule for the 2 days. And now, are you open for questions, Sunny?
Yes.
Yeah. So you may come up with your questions now. We will be trying to address each of your questions, and we would try to resolve your ambiguities. Please go ahead.
Hello. Can I be heard? Can you hear me, guys? Hello.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I just had a question that you said, you mentioned that if a individual or a delegate comes on the previous night, he would be registered on the said night. So will the accommodation start from the previous night, or do we have to look after our own accommodations for the previous night, let's say on 29th?
Please ask.
So I can't hear you. Can you repeat it once again?
Chirag, can you please repeat the question? We can't hear. We can't hear you. Can you please be a little louder?
Sure. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Please
Yeah,
go ahead.
so my question was, as you guys mentioned that delegates can come a night prior on the 29th. So if let's say I come on the 29th, will there be accommodations from 29th, right?
Yes, you can come on the 29th evening. You will be provided with the accommodation.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, in fact, we are expecting everyone to come by the evening on 29th Jan.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
this is for everyone. Okay.
Until when will the allocations of the portfolio will be?
The allocation of the countries we are finalizing because there were so many entries in the last moment. So we are in the process of finalizing all the entries. And by most probably maximum by tomorrow evening, we will share on the WhatsApp group of what specific countries you all have been allotted.
Okay,
So,
sure.
Friends, you're urged to come on the evening of 29th itself because this is situated somewhat quite a distance from the main city. So the travel time is quite significant. So it would be better if you come on the evening of 29th itself so that the session would begin on 30th January morning. And there should not be any delay. And that's why we strongly urge you to come on the night of 29th itself, so that all of us, we can be prepared by the morning of 30th January. Okay, so please come by 29th January evening itself.
Hello.
Also, we will share the location of the venue for your convenience so that you can reach via local train or your other transport, whatever is convenience to you. We will share the location. All right.
I have
Yes,
a question.
yes. Someone was asking the question.
I have a question. Like, will we be provided with the resource materials, like for each track, which are mostly provided in most of the months?
What do you mean by resource material?
Resource material is like a background about the topic, and there are it gives us a gist and overall, and along with that, there are a few resource materials to refer and do our research.
That is what we have explained through the tracks explanation. While we were explaining about tracks, we have briefly explained about the idea of what we expect in that. So on the basis of that, with the countries allotted to you and the ideas of that country, we are expecting you to bring your resolutions.
So, we will be sharing a document with you in that whatever we have explained so far about the leaders in that would be clear, but you need to do your own research. This is a competition, so you need to actually, whichever country you're allocated, you need to research a lot about it, inform yourselves about all the relevant aspects about it, and you need to come over here and present it. And you are the competitor, so you have to do all the research and searching for yourself. We are going to give you only a very brief about it. So the ultimate research will be based on your own work. It is a competition among the young leaders.
And to add from what my friend said, we will share our sample draft resolutions with you so that you can go and refer to those sample draft resolutions. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Am I
Gaurav,
audible?
go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I want to ask that each country assigned to us, like I enrolled in single delegate. So there is a group of countries. So any one country assigned to me, and then I have to prepare for that.
Gaurav, actually, you
Right?
are not audible. Can you be a bit loud?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Gaurav,
Hello,
we can hear you.
sir. I want to know the process. Like there are group of countries. So any one country assigned to me, and then I have to prepare on that. Am I right? Hello. Hello.
Gaurav, we will write the reply in the chat box. You can read from there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Repeat what I said.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Gaurav,
Yes, sir.
you will be allocated with a committee and a country.
Okay, sir.
And by tomorrow evening, you will get all the information.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
We are also making WhatsApp groups for all the subcommittees. So all the delegates, there is nothing to worry. We will reach on to you on time, at maximum by tomorrow evening.
Yes, sir. Janam this side.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Janam, go.
Good evening, sir. Janam this side. I had a small query with respect to evaluation of the tracks. Whether the tracks will be evaluated under the single roof or all the 4 tracks will be having a competition in a different room.
See, generally, the best delegate award goes to a single delegate, and evaluation of there will be evaluation for best delegates on all the different tracks.
I mean to say that the competition will be held among all the 4 tracks, or all the 4 tracks will be having competition in a different room.
Janam, so basically, every so there.
Say your voice is big. Hello. Sir, there is a network issue from your end.
Janam, all the 4 committees will be done in different rooms. They will not be in one single room, in different rooms.
Right. Okay, sir. No problem. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Please go on.
Yes, myself Ziran DeCosta from KS Shroff College. I had a doubt regarding the conference entirely because what's happening that my college exams start on 30th itself. We'll be having our exams at around 8 and it will get over by 9:30. So what can be done about it then?
See, can you contact someone in personal with the allotted numbers from the website?
Yes, I just had a word before the meeting.
Zidane, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
If
Hello. You're not audible. I'm sorry.
hello.
Yes, you're audible now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Janam, can you hear me? Oh, sorry. Zidane.
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's
Yes.
better.
So, Zidane, so what we are referring to is Kandivali, reaching our campus from Kandivali will take 1.5 hours. So we would request if you could coordinate accordingly. Else, then you could come later in the sessions.
So it's fine if I come a bit late after my exams, right?
Just hold on, just hold on.
Yes.
We've done a couple of things, okay? We've done a couple of things.
Yes.
One is, you know, you are unable to reach the campus on time, right?
Right. I'm sorry, you're on mute.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes, yes.
So what I was saying is about your college, that is between you and your institute. So we cannot comment on that. But from Kandivli to our institute, it will take 1.5 hours for you to reach.
Right.
Okay. So now it's up to you whether you want to come late or you are unable to adjust the exam, because we are also an institution and we understand the importance of having tests and exams. But at the same time, we are organizing this competition and it's a competition. So coming on time matters in a competition. And when there is going to be an inaugural ceremony in which we are having the G20 India Sherpa, Mr. Amitabh Kant coming, we would expect all the candidates to reach the previous night and be on time in the inauguration hall, just in time for Mr. Amitabh Kant's inaugural address.
Okay.
So it's your call at the end of the day.
Okay. I'm already in talks with the university itself about how we can go about with the exam. I'm already in talks with them. I hope we reach to a conclusion that works for everyone.
Yes, best of luck with that, Zidane.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have two questions. My first question is how many minutes would be given to us for our presentation in each session?
Mukund, the opening statement will be for 2 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
The first session, the opening statement will be for 2 minutes, and the rest of the sessions, ideally, we are giving around 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, but we are keeping it a bit liberal so that we can have a so we don't restrict you as per se. Okay, and it will be as per the discretion of the chair. But ideally, opening statement for 2 minutes and the rest of the sessions between 3 and 5 minutes.
Okay, and my other question is, hello.
Yes, Mukund.
My other question is, I was in touch with Mr. Srirang Gokhale regarding the finance. He was informed that.
There's a lot of disturbance. Can you repeat your question?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
So I was in touch with Mr. Srirang Gokhale about finance track, and I was informed that we would be allocated with another partner. So when will I get to know who is my partner and about that?
Srirang is not here in the room right now. I think he's having a conversation with someone outside. We'll have a word with him and perhaps we'll personally get back to you by today evening. By the end of this conference, immediately after the end, we'll have a word with Srirang and we'll ask Srirang to get in touch with you.
Yeah, fine, works.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Gaurav.
Sir, so one more question, sir. Please explain the process, like what things allotted to who and what will it take? Like I'm not getting clear. Like there are 4 tracks and I have chosen first track, leaders track, and then you will assign me a country, and then I have to prepare on that track and on that country. It's like, I'm right?
Exactly, perfect, Gaurav. You are perfectly right.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I have a doubt that
Yes.
while filling out the form, there were 3 tracks: main track, finance track, and civil track. And now there are 4 tracks. So how will the allocation be done? Or will you inform us?
I think we should have clarified it in advance.
So we received a very overwhelming response to our Model G20 program. So initially we thought there will be about 60 to 80 participants across single delegation and double delegation, which will be accommodated in 3 tracks. Today we have received registrations from over 140 delegates. Hence a 4th track has been added. So the main track has been divided into 2 tracks, which is a leader track and a Sherpa track. While the finance track and civil track do also stand. So there are 4 tracks right now. The main tracks are divided into 2, the leader track and the Sherpa track.
And you can stay assured, it is on a first come, first serve basis. So in case you have given a preference in the beginning, that would not be a problem. You would get the track you have chosen.
Hello, am I audible, sir? Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, please go on. Who is asking the question?
Yeah, hello, sir. I'm Parikshit.
Yes,
Actually,
Parikshit.
we have registered as a contingent. So just wanted to ask that whether all the members of the contingent will be in same country, and what will be the tracks diversification? Like all the contingent members will have to select which track they are being going on, or will you be allotting the tracks?
So see, basically the contingent, for example, your contingent is being allocated the country Argentina. So you will be Argentina in the C20 track, 2 of you will be Argentina in the finance 20 track, and 1 of you will be Argentina in the main track, which is either the leader track or the Sherpa track. Now, if you have a preference that, there are 5 members from my team, X member wants to be the main track, Y member and Z member want to be the finance track, and A member and B member want to be the civil track. So I'm pretty sure you're in touch with one of our committee members, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Who are you in touch with, Parikshit?
I'll have to confirm with the one who have registered, Shubhangi. She is in contact with one of you all. I'll get back to you all through her. Like she'll be connecting with you, I guess.
Okay. So what we will do is, Parikshit, a student will call you from the organizing committee, will ask you the preference which you have for your teammates. And accordingly, we will allot you the committees. Fine? Works with you, Parikshit?
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Yeah, in most probability, Anay will give you a call.
All right. Great. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Sir, so now I have chosen and registered for main track. So how would I know that I'm being transferred to the leaders track or to the Sherpa track?
So main track.
Yes.
Yeah, I got your point. Because the sub-theme changes. So by tomorrow evening, latest, you'll get to know the committee and the country allotment. We will try to close this process as soon as possible. The only issue is a couple of you have registered, but at the back end, your payments hadn't been received. So we are resolving the issue at the back end, identifying the ones who have paid and who haven't been listed already. So hopefully this process will get finished by tomorrow morning, and by tomorrow noon or evening, you'll get to know your track as well as your country.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Rahul, you are.
Hi, sir. I'm Rahul from Chennai.
Hello, Rahul.
Sir, hi, sir. We have already booked our tickets, sir. So we are in Mumbai on 29th morning itself. So when exactly you're going to start your accommodations?
In the evening.
Okay.
But Rahul, one of our committee members will get in touch with you. We appreciate you traveling all the way from Chennai. We have taken a flight. My student Sushil will get in touch with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So what?
He'll get in touch with you and he'll coordinate and we'll try to make some arrangements for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. What about the checkout time, sir?
The checkout time will be Wednesday morning after breakfast.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Do we have any more questions?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm Siman.
Hello, Siman.
Sir, my question is that when we come on 29th in the evening, so will the dinner be there or not? Because
Yes,
then we
you are welcome to join in for dinner. I would request all of you to reach the campus by 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. before the sunset. It's a very beautiful campus. Take a look at it when the sun is still up. And also, it's a 15-acre campus. So it would be better if you reach when the sun is still out there, get to know where your lodging is, where the mess area is, and where the event is going to be held the next day morning. So you're welcome to get inside the campus by 6 p.m. or 7 p.m.
Okay.
And
thank
dinner
you,
will be
sir.
served.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions?
Hello.
Yes, Mukund.
Just curious, sir. Who are all the guests that are going to come at the event?
All of you are the countries and you are the guests, and we've already announced that the Honorable G20 Sherpa, Mr. Amitabh Kant, is coming for the inaugural ceremony. The Consul General of Singapore Consulate in Mumbai is coming for the valedictory ceremony. But I don't think any of you should come here for the guests. We all want you to come here to participate, get into the roles of the G20 nations, and the guests should come here to see you. Yes, Pooja has a question. Does Pooja have a question? Do we have any more questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Muralidharan.
Sir, is there for in accommodation on for the students in Mumbai?
Yes, it is. The
Okay, sir,
accommodation is for everyone who is from Mumbai, who is from outside Mumbai, who is from outside Maharashtra. The campus is situated about 2 hours from the Mumbai airport. The nearest railway station is Bhayandar station, and the campus is still 30 minutes from Bhayandar station. So I once again reiterate, as our Sharat already mentioned, that we all want you to come and reach the campus in the daytime, say by 6 p.m., 7 p.m. at max, so that you comfortably come and reach the campus.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the answer.
Any more questions? So I think there are no more questions. We have been able to resolve all your questions. The questions on the chat box have already been answered on the chat box. If there are still any more queries, questions regarding the event, regarding the logistics, rules, regulations, please let us know.
Hello, so am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So me and my co-friend, we've registered for double delegation.
Okay.
So for instance, in the opening statement, as you mentioned earlier, we'll be getting 2 minutes. So will individually both of us be getting 2 minutes or collectively 2 minutes?
Collectively 2 minutes because you are a delegation. So it's a delegation of 2 people. It is among you who should decide कौन कब बात करेगा.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dharmi. I think we are heading towards the conclusion, seeing no more questions, right? So a couple of things before we conclude. One is the sheet which was being referred to, the rules of procedure will be shared on the group by today evening or latest by tomorrow morning. Second, all the delegates would be allotted committees and the countries by the end of tomorrow for sure. We will try to do it as early as possible, perhaps in and around lunchtime. And last but not least, subcommittees will also be created, wherein all the leader track members will be added in one group, all the Sherpa track members will be added in one group, all the civil track members will be added in one group, and all the finance track members will be added in one group. So, you have any specific questions regarding the theme of that particular committee or the track? You can ask the question to the coordinator on that particular committee or track. At the same time, you'll also get to know each other, especially the ones who are going to be in the same committee, going to be in the same room during the day, during the 2-day program. We will also send you the location of this institute so that it is better for you to plan your travel and commuting. Lastly, I reiterate, it's a Model G20 event. It's an international event. We want all of you to be dressed up in formal Western wear. We believe it's a part of the training exercise as well. We also want all of you to converse in English throughout the 2 days. So we are very clear on this. There are absolutely no compromises. Fine. So I think.
Interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt. Can I ask a question?
Yes, Aditya.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask that can we have, as you have specified that the tracks have been increased due to the overwhelming participation. Can we have a write-up or a basic document regarding the rules, regulations, specifying all the things in details so that we can prepare accordingly?
That it will be shared in the group immediately after this meeting by the end of the day.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Aditya. Any more questions?
Yes, sir. So even we have registered as in contingent. So I would request the coordinator to call so that we can give the preferences.
Anai will call you from my team.
Okay, sir.
Jaideep, I just want to ensure that every contingent will have get a call by today evening, and they will be informed about and requested about their specification of their participants.
All right, sir.
Okay, done. Do we have any more queries, questions? Seeing none, I'll request Sharat to conclude the session.
So friends, please come here by the evening of 29th itself, because if you want to compete well, you need to prepare well. And if you come on 29th itself, you can really refresh yourself after the long journey and be very well prepared for the next day. Let us all together welcome the dignitaries as well. We're going to have Amitabh Kant. It's a very big event. And moreover, I want all of you to know that you are going to be a part of India's first Model G20 summit after India has assumed the presidency of this G20. So it is going to be a very significant event. Let us all make it a grand success. Prepare well, compete well, do a great job. All the best to each one of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you on the 29th.
Yes,